Gentlemen, what is happening in Nairobi County with Johnson Sakaja, the governor? Now, Sakaja, lately, there was a fire outbreak where most properties were burnt at Toy Market in Kibra. And what happened there, it is that Sakaja, when he appeared there, he was chased away by the people of that region, and he was stoned, to be specific. That is not what we expect from a governor who has been in power for less than 3 years, actually slightly less than 2 years, and actually who was loved by Kenyans and voted in by popular vote. But now he's being rejected by the people of Kenya. Now, before I take you through on what is happening in Nairobi and why is Sakaja being rejected, let me first give you a brief history about Sakaja. He was a teenage chairperson, which means politically he started long time ago. That is back in 2013. Also, Sakaja was an admitted senator. He worked very well. We saw him questioning people and there. And as a result, he was elected as a Nairobi senator. And when he was elected as a Nairobi senator, he was actually branded the super senator because of the way he used to operate. From there, he gained a lot of popularity, and actually from there, that's how he gained his momentum to become the governor in Nairobi. Now, what happened during that time? Governor Sakaja, before actually was declared governor, they were in campaigns and they were competing with Polycarp Igathe. When they were competing with Polycarp Igathe, Sakaja proved so many things to Kenyans that people didn't expect, and actually that's how he won. One of them, people felt like Sakaja is much more knowledgeable about Nairobi than Polycarp Igathe, and people felt Sakaja can perform better than Igathe. The second thing that happened during that time, people felt like Sakaja himself looks stronger candidate and he will win. People so believed that through the conversation that occurred in form of an interview, I personally also saw that Sakaja was far much better than Polycarp Igathe, and that's when the decision of voting for Sakaja was made. Also, if you check very well, that Nairobians accepted that Sakaja knows the challenges that they're facing more than Polycarp Igathe, because people felt that Polycarp Igathe is a rich kid, and therefore did not understand what was happening amongst the young men and women who live in Nairobi, particularly the low class people. So therefore, Sakaja was associated with so many good things, and actually he raised so many expectations from this slogan that let's make Nairobi work. Now, Sakaja was later on elected as the governor, of course, in 2022, and less than 2 years down the line now, Sakaja is facing rejection of the highest order. Why is Sakaja facing this rejection? Before I dissect on that topic, and if this is the first time you're watching our videos, we kindly ask you to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Let me proceed. Why is Sakaja facing rejection? Now, Sakaja just went to give help to the people of Toy Market, and he went there to do it the way that it has been happening. But in return, he was torn and chased away from there like in Burukenge. Why was he chased away? I think that the Kenyans have reached a point where they're tired of where leaders wait for them to face the problem, and then later on come with tokenism to revive them and give them hope and try to show that they are good. Like, to give you a simple history, in Nairobi there have been so many there have been so many cases of burning of markets that have been happening, and every time it happens, the fire extinguishers the people who are actually responsible for extinguishing this fire don't arrive there in time. Even if they arrive, there's little that they do save. So it happens that Kenyans undergo damage of huge amounts of money, and then the leaders later on come and say, you're going to reconstruct these things for you, you're going to provide some few materials here and there. As a result, you realize that Kenyans still don't gain. They start rebuilding their businesses again. Now, then you ask yourself, what happened? This time around, Kenyans felt like, no, enough is enough. You guys, you wait to undergo problems, and then you come later on with some tokenism to just give us some fake hope. So Sakaja faced it rough, because particularly people felt like this is the normal thing that has been happening. You come, give us promises, tell us you're going to do this and that, yet it does not help. And the fires keeps on occurring here and there in most of particularly in the markets in Nairobi. And I ask myself, why is it that it's only markets that you have this fire happening? And the other thing that I've analyzed and come up with a solution, as one of the things as to why Sakaja was chased from the toy market by the residents there, it is the challenges of Nairobi since Sakaja took over. Kenyans in Nairobi have been experiencing the common things that have been happening. That is issue of to do with garbage, issues to do with corruption, and to sum it all up, it is the issues to do with the explosion of Embakasi, where Sakaja really portrayed very little, particularly to assist there. Let me say this. Corruption in Nairobi has been the major problem, and it has always been said by most of the politicians. And during Sakaja's time, it has not been an exceptional case, because Sakaja himself sorry, I used Gachagua. SAKAJA himself has always been accused of having issues to do with corruption. And right now he has not been proven, of course, to be guilty of corruption cases, but he has already been implicated to be a corrupt man, because you've seen ESCC visiting his offices here and there. So therefore, I feel that people feel SAKAJA is not heading the right direction. He's not running Nairobi well. So this was just, being chased from Toy Market, it was just an indication that people are angered about SAKAJA's leadership and they don't want him completely. So therefore, that's one of the things. If you check the issue of explosion of Atembakasi, SAKAJA gave very little help. And also, actually, we heard it from Kenyans that when this fire broke out, where people were burnt, others lost properties, SAKAJA went for birthday party somewhere, maybe in South Africa or something of that sort, which of course I can't prove here on this channel, but that was the allegation outside there. So people started feeling like this guy does not care, he's just enjoying himself, he doesn't care about governance, and people in Nairobi are suffering. So therefore, still this was just an expression of their anger to SAKAJA on how he's doing his leadership currently in the country. Another thing I feel strongly that makes SAKAJA to be chased from Toy Market, it's also the fact that the arrogance that we are seeing from the leaders, particularly in Kenya Kwanza government. SAKAJA has been portraying lavish lifestyle, moving in there, chase cars, being protected here and there, yet the people of Nairobi are suffering. He has been saying that he's working, yet the people of Nairobi are not seeing some work that is happening. So they have also portrayed a lot of arrogance in their language, the way they speak about they appear to be not understanding what the common man is experiencing. So you find Kenyans develop anger in them, and now when they see these leaders, which was also evident in protests, they explode, and that was the thing that happened at Toy Market when SAKAJA was being chased out of that market by the Kenyans of that region. And that thing is a lavish lifestyle. So the leaders of Kenya right now are so rich. They show how rich they are. Either they have expensive shoes, watches, and many other things. But now the Kenyan Mwananchi is suffering. So they feel that you're stealing our money to make yourself wealthier. Now we don't want to see you here. That is why I feel strongly that SAKAJA was chased from Toy Market. And the last reason I want to say here, it is because of the Gen Z and millennial protests that occurred in the country. These ladies and gentlemen, when they were in the country, they had a great effect on how people feel about leaders. So therefore, common residents have not toned down from what happened during that time. Amongst the people who chased SAKAJA away were youths from that region. So therefore, I feel strongly that the effect of Gen Z and millennial protests is still in place. The issues they were talking about are still affecting them. The leadership of technism is still in their minds. So therefore, if you check clearly, when chasing SAKAJA away from that place, that means very well that they are still angered with SAKAJA, and they feel strongly that SAKAJA is just extending the hand of theft, corruption, in form of appearing in that place. Of course, another thing I cannot forget here is the demolitions that occurred in Nairobi. Demolitions were said that not to be directed to the rich people, but to the poor. So the poor are segregating themselves from the rich. And who are the rich? The politicians in the country. So I strongly feel that people were trying to associate Gachagua with these demolitions, where they feel, what are they doing to the poor people? Yet those who are rich and their buildings are left standing. Lastly, it's the overall performance of SAKAJA in Nairobi. People have felt like SAKAJA is poorly performing, and this poor performance SAKAJA has been portraying has made people to develop some anger within them, and they feel that SAKAJA is not a solution to any problem that people experience in Nairobi. And therefore, if there could be an election today, I personally feel SAKAJA will be thrown out by huge numbers. He has a huge task to do in Nairobi because that's a metropolitan. It's also the capital city of Kenya, and he has a very huge population with so many needs. He needs to organize himself and ensure that he has restored his hope and desire, and at least met the needs of the Kenyans who live in Nairobi. That is my video there and there. And if this is the first time once again you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Another thing I kindly ask you, hit that subscription bell so that every time we post our videos, YouTube can automatically notify you so that you follow the content that you've done here. My name is Abel Mukwa. See you next time.